Welcome back. Hopefully you had a great weekend because things are only going to be heating up the rest of the week in Minot especially. We're at 81 degrees right now. Elsewhere we're mostly in the 70s for the moment and things are calm, at least as far as the wind and precipitation. A little bit of light activity south of Harvey. Had even a funnel cloud earlier this afternoon right over the Harvey's swimming pool, but no touchdown thankfully. But many of us at least right near the 80-degree mark, still a bit on the muggy side with dew points mostly in the 50s. That's going to be increasing a bit as we go throughout the coming days. Even at this hour, 81 degrees, you can kind of see some of that smoke and haze in the air. You can kind of smell some of that wildfire smoke as you step outdoors. That's because of the wildfires that are burning in Canada. Notice we still have fires burning across the western and southwestern United States, but our wildfire smoke is coming from those Canadian wildfires, and that is keeping us with that hazy sky, and that's going to continue for the next several days, maybe even some smoke making it down to the surface at times. As for our air quality, for Minot, moderate, but as you go into, let's say, Kenmare, Stanley, and on northward, that's where the air quality is unfortunately unhealthy, and that includes Sherwood and parts of Bottineau County. We could see those conditions, unfortunately, probably expand as we go into the later part of the week. But for the moment, you may remember that last week it's been a bit on the cool side. That's because a dip in the jet stream, but we started to get a strong upper level ridge take shape, and eventually that's going to allow things to heat up in the northern plains and throughout much of the United States. So get ready for a round of 90s. We haven't reached 90 degrees in Minot yet this year, but that will likely be changing, if not by Wednesday. Thursday at the latest is when we will likely reach the 90s, and that will continue into your weekend before we cool back down into the 80s later next week. But for the moment, just a few pop-up storms across the Red River Valley, across the south. They are still dealing with Tropical Storm Beryl. Max sustained wind at 40 miles per hour, moving northeast at 16, but bringing some heavy rain to Texas, parts of Louisiana, and making its way into Oklahoma and Arkansas. And notice that Beryl will gradually become a tropical depression, gradually weakening overnight and tomorrow morning, but still bringing rain to, let's say, the parts of the heartland and into the Great Lakes region and the Ohio River Valley. And that will give Texas and Louisiana some time to recover from all of that rain. As far as we're concerned here at home, nothing like that. Beautiful morning for your Tuesday, but then we heat up into the 80s again. Maybe a couple of pop-up showers, especially near the Turtle Mountains, but those chances mostly at 20% or less. So our morning lows mostly in the 50s, near 60 degrees, and then we're back into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon. A bit on the hazy side and getting hot by the end of the week as those 90s make their way into the forecast for Thursday through the weekend.
Ooh, shaping up to be a hot week. All right, thank you so much, Henry.